Cuomo, who is in a competition with several other governors to try to outdo each other to see who's the biggest dickhead. Y'all know one thing that triggered me, admittedly so, during this pandemic, if that's what you want to call it, was the audacity that so many people had, in which they would basically say that the essential workers, and they were just worthy of just being praised. And I just want to just let you know how just totally unaware that they were. Now, the essential workers that they're generally going to be, they were always speaking about were people that worked, of course, in the medical industry, government workers, stuff like that were usually what they were referring to. When they talk about the essential workers, the people that were pop locking and dropping when the hospitals were supposedly overwhelmed. But hey, just want to break a quick sweat, shake the cobwebs off as you've been working so hard. And somehow these self-aware or unaware jackasses still came out as if they didn't get enough praise, as everybody else was forced to just sit at the crib in certain areas. Literally, it was illegal for you to continue to work. And they said, yeah, you go screw yourself. Here are these essential workers that just were front lines. No, they were just allowed to continue to work. Everybody else wasn't. Imagine that term, essential worker. But let's talk about old Cuomo. What do you got to say? The reasons from Blaze, of course, says chosen in secret. New Yorkers slam Governor Cuomo on latest COVID-related mess. It says his policies led to deaths. We know that. Now what's happening is he tries to honor the efforts of essential workers over the last year and a half. New Yorkers are ripping him for snatching up rare and valuable green space in Lower Manhattan, the New York Post reported Tuesday. He posts the Circle of Heroes monument in New York City will open this Labor Day, honoring the essential workers who carried us through this pandemic. It will be a permanent tribute to their heroism and service. These workers have always been essential, and we are eternally grateful. Just a complete jackass, man, because you've basically, what you're doing is you're doubling down, okay, Cuomo, where you guys are saying that these guys are so important, and that doesn't mean that there aren't valuable people in valuable positions. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that they were allowed to keep food on their tables. They were allowed to continue to work. You made it illegal essentially for everybody else too, in whatever capacity, because they were not deemed as essential workers. And nobody talks about their sacrifice. See, people like myself who have multiple revenue streams were able to get through it. One was completely derailed, and that's being my band, obviously not being able to be on the road. But, we have other things that we do, which makes it bearable. But so many other people don't have such a luxury. And imagine just instead, because, the whole reason you told them to stay at home was to slow the spread, really, for 2 weeks. That turned into a year and a half. But 2 weeks slow spread. And, all the essential workers, they would continue to do whatever it is that they needed to do. Awesome. That's fantastic. Unfortunately, what you're failing to realize is that they made the sacrifice. See, I don't think y'all were holding guns to any of these people's heads, telling them that they must work those jobs that they're working. I don't think that ever happened. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that happened. But there were so many people who were forced to make sacrifice. Nah, they were sacrificed. And they had to reach into their savings to try to keep their businesses afloat because you've made it illegal for them to work. And here you still come out on the other side saying y'all made so many sacrifices. Not the people who literally had to sacrifice or be sacrificed. for a plan that didn't even fucking work. But the funny thing about this is that he's doing all of this to signal, and the crowd that he's even catering to, because of this is one of the fewer green areas now, they don't like the idea of him taking that green space to create this circle of heroes. And the community says, the local community, they were never asked. So as he wants to pay homage to these heroes, well, the local community, this is a force, much like them being heroes. I mean, I guess this is really a metaphor for everything going on, right? One resident, Adrian Mark, told the Post that the memorial will require bulldozing a local park's grass and trees, which will be replaced with concrete in some sort of eternal flame. The memorial site was chosen in secret without any public hearings, public meetings, or community input. That's how government works, guys. What, you thought you were going to have a say-so in your own community? Silly you. So they're trying, there's a change petition. Has 5,200 signatures so far. They don't want this to happen. A lot of people that are within the community that were not asked, as this guy parades around a bunch of people to honor the essential workers. So basically some of them are saying like, oh, well, they are worthwhile honoring. Don't do it here. And maybe you should ask the community. Well, this is what y'all getting what y'all deserve. That guy's a piece of garbage. And it's a wonder that they're still signaling to these people, even though I thought we were on the other side of this. But then again, they're in New York City. Did New York City ever stop with their restrictions or anything? I don't think so. Maybe half-ass way. But could you imagine being a business owner in areas like that where you were sacrificed and then they built the memorial, not for you, for the people that were just allowed to continue to work because the government deemed them as essential? You have to be a special kind of jackass to be so unaware even after a year after the situation. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.